Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bag.
What's up? Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Nate, and we are back. KCRO is back. Been really busy, and you can hear by my sexy voice. It is the morning, and it is Friday, so today is, let's not forget, I mean, if some of you guys did, because I haven't been putting up videos, and with the videos that I have, there isn't even that many, but it's Eat Fresh Fridays. So that's with that. But first of all, since this is my first vlog in a very long time, we're gonna talk about food. Recently, about like two and a half weeks ago, I want to say, close to that, something like that. 7/19 rather. I just had a MMA fight. My first MMA fight in New York City. It was huge. It's awesome. Amateur MMA is now legal in New York City, which is awesome. So I had my first one in New York City, and I won first minute in the first round with the rear naked choke. Oh, Jiu-Jitsu, baby. Bam! Landed 2 takedowns. Had a guillotine, threw a knee in there. Went for another takedown, huge seatbelt back slam kind of ordeal, and locked up the body triangle right there. So yeah, I keep sliding. There you go. Perfect. So yeah, it was a fun fight, very epic entrance too. So it was cool. So anyway, I'm gonna talk more about that on my blog, which I'm also gonna record today. So if I look like I'm wearing the same exact thing, it's probably because I'm gonna be recording it back to back, so I could be more on top of my shit. So, Eat Fresh Fridays, here we go. So, for that fight, that was my first time going down to 145. Normally I fight at 155, but I'm a really small 155. So I dropped 35 pounds for that fight. Yeah, 35 whopping pounds for that fight. But I think it's appropriate to start my first blog off with Eat Fresh Fridays, because I've been having recent questions about how I lost 35 pounds. Some people are a little bit more critical about the 35-pound drop, especially with the recent passing of an MMA fighter in Brazil. The key thing when you're dieting is, number one, there's no such thing as the best diet. I mean, I wrote a post about it, a Facebook post about it, because it was kind of on the back of my neck here. But yeah, there's no such thing as the best diet. Okay, and that's probably one of the reasons why we still have the the constant epidemic of obesity, is because I think there's too many things contradicting itself. No one really knows which is the right way, which is the wrong way, because someone's gonna go on a diet, and then once that diet fades out, there's a new diet. I mean, it's an ongoing thing, and it's always gonna be like that. So that's why I call my diet the JKD diet, the Jeet Kune Do diet. Why? It's because my diet's kind of like a mixed up. I take some of the ideas from Gracie diet. I take some ideas of the normal stuff that I know what to eat and what not to eat. I just take a lot of things here and there that just work well for me, as far as my activity level, my dislikes and my likes, as far as like what I like to eat, and my habits. I think it really comes down to the individual. Of course, there's always going to be sacrifices made, and I think the biggest sacrifice is just not being able to eat what you're used to. So if you're a sugar fiend, if you love sugar, you're going to have to start finding different sources for your sugars, like fruits. You'll have to probably eat them earlier in your day, as opposed to just binging on them throughout your day. And obviously not eating the stuff that you normally have. I mean, you have to break the habit in order to create a new habit, and old habits die hard. So that's where you get the cranky, the urges. But once you really start on a routine, on a schedule, you start to slowly see that new habit is going to be a lot easier for you. And again, my biggest thing and my belief about everything is always about balance. That's another reason why my diet's more of a mixed diet, is because I could always, I don't feel like I'm really limited to anything. Everything's in portions and moderations and in balance. Like when I'm not training for a fight, if I'm not, I'm still eating really good and really clean, and I have like a cheat meal. I have like everywhere else I have a cheat day. Then I also have a day of detox, and then I detox daily. But that's what it is. In order to keep me not going crazy, I'm still young. I still hang out with a lot of young people. So I don't want to feel like the odd man out, you know. And as much as the self-control and everything like that, you know, no one wants to feel like shit. So it's all about balance, okay? So that's number one. My diet was all about balance. Obviously, during training, you know, during the months I'm training, it's pretty, you know, it's obviously going to be strict because I never went down to 145, so I wanted to make sure. I did it down to a science. I was like, okay, start dieting in May. I'm going to take out this, 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 and this as the weeks and months go on. And by the day of the weigh, I should be, you know, 140, whatever, or like 5 pounds, or like 5 pounds away from 145. And that's exactly where I was. And then the day of the fight, I should weigh in at this much when I start eating and getting rehydrating. That's exactly what I was. I didn't feel lethargic. I didn't feel dehydrated. I felt literally close to 100%. Actually, I felt 100% in that fight. That's why my energy was so high. So yes, again, dieting about balance. It's about finding out what works for you as an individual, your activity level, your habits, and just who you are as a person. Everything is all about expression. Your jiu-jitsu is expression. Your martial arts that you train and how you showcase it is your expression. That's your canvas. You're the painter. Do your work. Same thing with your food. Okay, that's an expression. The types of food that you eat really, shows a lifestyle that you live and expresses who you are as a person. So, balance, that's the key. So yeah, let's get right into it. So what we're doing today, I'm not going to show you step by step. We're going to start our first vlog with the Eat Fresh Friday. So I did, I already made it and I was like, screw it, let's turn on the camera. So what I got in this lovely blade, I forgot what they call this kind of blender, but it's an awesome blender. It's the kind of blenders you see at like gyms and juice bars and like that. So this blender is the bomb. This is my breakfast right here, by the way. So, cause today's like my rest day, so I'm not gonna be doing too much work at all, pretty much. So I don't want to intake too many carbs, too many calories or anything like that because it's just gonna sit there. So instead, I mean, I'll still have solid foods, but they're gonna be really easy digested. They're gonna be easy digestible, carbs and other foods. So, but mainly started my day off nice and light. I got 3 bananas in here. I got a protein powder. The protein powder I use is this vegetarian protein powder. I showed it in my past vlogs. I don't remember if I put it up. But I showed it in my past vlogs. But this time I got chocolate flavored. It uses soybean, brown rice, pea protein. Pretty sure they use some kind of like chocolate seeds, cocoa seeds, whatever. So it's an all vegetarian protein. Then I threw in 2 tablespoons of flaxseed. Flaxseed is the bomb. Good for omegas, good for fiber, and also a little bit good for protein. So threw two tablespoons in that bad boy. And then I also added some dried up quinoa, coconut, and raw almonds in there. And then a tablespoon of almond butter. Okay? So this bad boy is packed with everything I need to start my day in a nice light recovery stage. So, and it's a good meal to have. If you put all that in front of you, guarantee you wouldn't eat it. If you blend it, it tastes like a wonderful smoothie. So definitely try that bad boy out. So that's my ingredient. Look how fast was that Fresh Eat Friday ingredient right there. But that's my breakfast. Slamming. Again, the only thing I do regret though is, I mean, it's a good thing because you always want to, have good hygiene and keep clean. But I just, I wake up every morning. The first thing I do is brush my teeth. And I have like this toothpaste Crest mouthwash taste in my cup. Still tastes good, but I just definitely taste that minty stuff, and it's like messing it up right now. It's getting in the way of my flow. So that's what I usually do. That's my recommendation if you're doing a rest day or your recovery day kind of thing. If you're not going to be doing that much activity, definitely don't intake too much things you don't really need for that day. So you shouldn't go as high in your calories, in my opinion, and especially your carbs. Carbs is what gives you the energy. And if you're not really doing anything that requires that much energy, don't really take that much carbs because you're just going to store it. Okay, so don't go into that kind of mode. Nice and light, keep everything nice and light so you can maintain your weight, or if you're looking, to drop your weight. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been up to. Check out the blog that I'm going to be posting out on Monday, back on the regular blogs, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what's going on with KCRO, some future ideas that's going to have, some Christmas things that are going to go on, and some more fun stuff. Alright, so laters, peace, keep it righteous, keep it jiu-jitsu, keep it whatever else you guys do in life, and see you guys soon. Boom.